Hello, welcome to the Minishoot Adventures Any% Speedrun tutorial series. I saw a few people online asking for a series, asking whether there was one that existed, and I just learned this run recently, and I thought I'd make a series to help people get through the run. The route isn't final. There are probably going to be a lot of changes in the upcoming weeks and months, but I still thought this would be a good idea. In this intro video, I'm going to do a brief overview of the run, and then I'll cover the community, the timer, and practicing. This series is going to cover any% with glitches. For the glitchless route, there's a written guide on speedrun.com that exists. So any% refers to starting from a fresh save file, so not one of these, a fresh save file, starting a new game on any difficulty. And actually, we can change the difficulty mid-game if we want to. Up to the very end, up to the credits, up to the cutscene where the credits start. And timing starts, I'll go over this in more detail in the next video, but timing starts when you mash to get out of the beginning crystal. There are still a lot of things that we don't know about the game, so there are probably going to be some changes to the route in the future. I should mention that this tutorial isn't following the exact strats from the current world record, which is Scurry's 5941. There are some things that are theorized to maybe be faster than what they did in their run, so I'll mention anything that I add when those strats come up. So before we get started, there are a few things that I'd like to go over. One of them is the community. So the place that I'm aware of where people talk about the run is on Discord, in the Discord for the game's developers. There's a channel in there for talking about speedrunning the game. And the way that you find that Discord is going in Minishoot and clicking on the newsletter option, and then subscribing to their newsletter by putting in your email. And then they send you the Discord access. As far as I know, that's the only way to get into the Discord channel as of right now. And yeah, there are a few people in there, talking about damage and routes and different tricks and times and stuff like that. Because this run is relatively new, because this game is relatively new, there's still a lot of chances to find new things. I found some new things, retime things to find them to be faster than some strats to be faster than other strats. Found a cutscene skip close to orb. I found a few cycles to save. I never really thought that I could find something in a game like that. I sort of always presume going into a speed game that everything's already been found, but this game is still pretty new. There's a lot of things to look at. So it's very exciting to see everyone talk about the game, what the different options are, the different routes. There's a lot to discover. It's definitely a good time to get into running the game. I've been really enjoying it, and I strongly recommend it. Another thing is speedrun.com. So this is the website where the records are posted. So if you want to, you can make an account to put in some runs. This page will also show you the specific rules for the whole game and the rules for this specific category, which I'm going to go over in the tutorial. Another thing that I'd like to go over is LiveSplit. LiveSplit is the most popular speedrun timing tool, I think. And the reason why I would recommend using LiveSplit as opposed to any other speedrun timing software is because there's actually a load remover made specifically for Minishoot Adventures any% made specifically for LiveSplit. There are some good guides for LiveSplit, by the way. I won't go into everything about that here. So what do I mean by a load remover? Well, in Minishoot Adventures, every time you load up the game, there's a little moment right here. And different computers with different processing powers are going to have different times for how long that's going to last, which can make inconsistent run times for equal skill for equal input runs. What the load remover does is that it removes all that time. It just pauses the timer while those things are happening. So that kind of standardizes the runs a little bit. You don't have to get live split. Obviously, you don't have to get any sort of timing software to just submit a run. But if you want to sort of compare your load remove time, which is right here, the LRT, with other, standardized load remove times, this would be how you do it. And the way that you can activate this load remover is if you go into Edit Splits, you switch your game name Minishoot Adventures. You're gonna have a huge list of games. Click on Minishoot Adventures, run category any percent, and there should be, you see load removal by Prot, which is this person here who programmed a load removal. So there should be something here to click to have that activated. You just say OK, and that's it. The next thing I'd like to go over is practicing the run. The best way that we have for practicing is by manipulating the save files for the game, and basically saving the files in a certain state, then being able to load them up whenever we want to. So these files right here. Here's how you can do this. If you go into File Explorer and go into OS, this is on Windows. On Mac, I'm not exactly sure how to do it, but it would be the same place, I presume. You can go into View, Show, Hidden Items, go into Users, U, App Data, Local Low, Soul Game, Minishoot, and here are the save files. Actually, uh, here are the save files. This is all stuff that I've added. So slot 0, slot 1, slot 2, and slot 3 refer to the 4 save files you can find in the game here. So this is slot 0, slot 1, slot 2, slot 3. So what you can do is you play the game up to a certain point, then you come out, and let's say, I've played 19 minutes in. I'm not sure exactly where that would be. Probably right after Super Shot. So I know that this is slot 2 because it goes 0, slot 0, slot 1, slot 2. So I know that slot 2 is right after Super Shot, for example. So I can make myself a folder that says Super Shot to Turtle. It's just, whereas the starting point would be just getting Super Shot. Copy slot 2, go into here, paste, and then in this case I already have one called like that. And there you go. And then copy it again, rename them to slot 0, slot 1, slot 2, slot 3. And then whenever you want, you can just copy these, put them in here, replace the slot 0, slot 1, slot 2, slot 3 that are in this folder. And when you go into the game, all of your files are going to be what you want. And that's if you want all of them to be the same. If you want to practice this a bit over and over again, that's what I do at least. That's what I suggest. But you can do this individually, of course, as well. So I've saved myself, certain checkpoints from the beginning to the game, from getting boost, all the way up to just save for the final boss. So for example, if I go into final boss, let's copy just one for the example. So slot 1, paste in slot 1. So you can kind of see here I'm at the end of the game. And I'm here at the end of the game with all my correct XP, my correct items, ready to practice the final boss. So the next videos will actually get into playing the game itself. This is my first time making something like this, a sort of tutorial series for a game. So please be indulgent. I know my mic isn't the best, my presentation skills probably won't be the best, but I hope that this guide is going to be helpful for you anyway. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in part 1.